We're pumped for this garage gym tour. It's plumb full of Rogue equipment, custom Strongman equipment from Mike Bartos, and probably the biggest Atlas Stone setup we've ever seen in a home gym before. Let's get the tour started.
Massenomics.
We are back in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, this time with Big Alan Larson. We're going to tour his garage gym. We were looking around a little bit, Alan, as we got started. You have a ton of stuff packed into your garage gym. We're kind of dealing with like one stall that you've contained it to for the most part.
Yep. When we moved up here, I made sure we had 4 stalls so I could have 2 stalls all gym.
Okay, so we got a 1-stall garage packed with equipment, a lot of special Strongman equipment. You obviously, Alan competes in Strongman. Actually, I know Alan from in almost like a decade ago. Every Strongman competition we'd go to, we would be competing against each other.
Yep.
So you did not want to be a heavyweight Strongman competitor from South Dakota and see these two guys walk in the door.
Trouble. Salty competition.
Yeah, but that is the truth. That is the truth. We did several competitions together for quite a while. Yeah. Those were the days.
That was fun, man. Cutting my teeth in Strongman. We had a good time. 2017
South Dakota Strongest Man, heck of a competition. You had to be there, though. So the garage gym, let's check it out. And I don't know, I think maybe we'll just kind of start towards the front of it here and work our way back.
Sure.
You've got a lot of unique stuff. Your yoke is a Rogue yoke. It's not, because you've got a lot of stuff here that you've actually made throughout the years too, but the yoke, you actually purchased a yoke, obviously.
Yep. The yoke is Rogue. That was one of my first purchases, even before the rack.
So did you use this as your rack at first? Kind of?
Yeah. My home gym started very, very simple. Barbell, homemade plates, and a yoke. And so that's basically where it started.
You said you moved here about 7 years ago. Is that when you started the gym kind of then too, or did you have a gym prior?
Yeah, so down in, we lived in Nebraska, and we started the home gym there. So that was probably 2015 is when we really started growing the gym. And 2 parts. We had part of it in the basement, and then we had part of it in the garage as well.
Yeah. Actually, this is, I'm going to say it, we haven't seen a home gym yet that's set up for Atlas stones quite like this is. So you have it set up here for the look like you're doing stone over bar.
Yep.
You've got a couple Atlas stones.
Yep. I've recently been trying to work a little bit more on stones, just no tacky. So I have this set up, it works really well. Otherwise, I also have the towers in the back.
Right, and we'll get to that. You're using the Titan crash pads as your return. What's the wooden piece? Is that a piece you would set in a rack or something as a platform? Or
It fits on the spotter bars of my rack. It was either at a platform or I could do step-ups on it. Right now I just use it as a backdrop so I don't put a hole in my wall.
Yeah. On this side you've got your sandbags. They're all Rogue, I think?
All Rogue.
How heavy is the big one on the bottom? That looks like a big one.
300, 250, 200, 100.
300 sandbag. Not a fun sandbag to
It is not a fun sandbag.
Yeah.
No.
So you got pretty much all the sandbags you could really need for anything you're doing.
Yep.
You're leaning on the giant drink spotter over there.
Well, I made sure we had another drink spotter just so this would get used properly.
Yes. So you do have the Rogue. It's not the Z reverse hyper. It's the other one. I don't know. It's the one that's already all put together. Yep. And you've got some plates on that. And there are also these right here. And I don't know if it's easier to look at the plates over here, but they're steel handle plates. What's the story on these plates?
So these were the first plates that I started with. I just used CAD software to pull up the geometry, obviously get the 18-inch diameter, 2-inch center, and then I just adjusted the hole size or the grip size to dial in the 45 pounds for the thickness of the plate. So after I had that drawn, I spaced it out on a couple sheets. I got 45s, 25s, 10s, and 5s. And then I had basically a fab shop plasm out. And,
how long ago did you make these?
Again, that was right when we were starting the gym, so I would say that's probably 2015, 2016.
Yeah, you've got the 10s and 5s and everything here.
Yeah.
Also, so I want to go.
Alan is an engineer.
That's.
Had to make sure they were dialed in, you know.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get handles on these little guys.
Yeah,
So.
and you can see them here. So these are 5s.
Yeah, these would be the 5s.
Yeah.
Tight tolerances. Yeah, I should have got these laser cut instead of Plaz, so they have a little bit of a taper on the inside. I've kind of had to run a deburr through them, but they work really well, and they're actually pretty accurate for what they are.
Yeah, I was going to ask, so they are pretty accurate?
Yes.
And then what about at the time you made them? Was it more cost effective than going out and buying plates, or was it just because of where you work and stuff like that?
It was truly because of where I worked.
Right.
I worked at a steel mill down in Nebraska. I could get steel cheaper than wood. And being a mechanical engineer, I was like, well, I'll just make everything I can.
Yeah. They look professional is what I would say.
Well, I appreciate that.
So did you rattle can them, or are they powder coat?
So I had an air compressor at my old shop, and I did spray them myself. Another critique on that, in hindsight, I probably would have put like a rhino liner or something a little bit thicker, at least a powder coat.
Right.
Because these things are noisy. They clang when they hit together.
Okay. You could also,
if you're deadlifting, you almost want to wear hearing protection.
Well, you could also load your deadlift bar up with about like 2,000 pounds of them, probably.
Yeah, you're never going to run out of space.
No. No. Oh, that's cool. And these are sitting on a Titan barbell storage. You've got a bar on here.
That is a Rogue power bar.
Okay, the Rogue power bar.
Again, going along with the Rogue theme.
Yep.
You'll see a lot of Rogue.
Yep, so if you're going to use a power bar, is this your go-to power bar, this one right here then?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, just because that's the only one I have.
Okay, but you do have some other, you got a bunch of other bars here, and I didn't really look at it, but you do have other bars.
Yep.
But this is really the one true power bar.
That's the one true power bar that I have. It works for what I do. I mean, I don't power lift, I strongman.
And then there's one that's even my size here.
That's when I'm setting PRs. That's the one I pull out.
This is the OSO, so it's like a kid's bar.
So that's Rogue's youth bar. It's actually aluminum.
Okay.
It weighs 5 pounds, but you can load it with Olympic weights. So the 2.5s and like the 5s, the boys can load up and they can kind of plunk around with.
That's cool. You, over on this side, you have the Rogue. GHD. This is also different than the one I have. I think it's a little bit different. I don't know. It just has different adjustments. The pads and everything seem about the same, but it must be a different model.
Do you have the one that pins in?
Yeah, it goes on an arc.
Again, I think this was like one of their first renditions of it.
Yeah.
So before it was cool.
Like I didn't have to wait for that.
OG.
Yeah. And then that's a big 150 on the what do we call those, slam ball or?
Slam ball. That was kind of ironic. I was following a guy that was into strongman. He said, "Hey, look, Walmart has this weird sale," and it was a 150-pound slam ball, and it just I can't remember, like $50.
Yeah.
I was like, order it now.
Here we go. This is.
Oh yeah. That's premium.
Very light. This is a very light standard easy. Is this your only easy curl bar?
No.
Okay,
no.
so you've got
that one's for the boys.
Okay,
that one's for the boys.
I don't know if this. I don't know if this was like designed as a kid's barbell necessarily.
I don't think it was.
But this probably weighs 5 pounds. Also, I think it's got to be the lightest looking easy curl bar I've come across before.
Now it is 1 inch though.
Right.
Yeah.
But they can pop it on their rack.
They can pop it on their rack, and then I got a bunch of smaller plates for them.
What is the kids' rack then? Like what brand is it?
That's again Rogue.
That is?
That is Rogue.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really heavy-duty rack, to be honest with you, for what a kid should be putting on.
Yeah. I mean, it is very solid.
And then I couldn't find a bench, and we had, when the boys were really young, we had like this little foam set. Equipment set.
Yeah.
And Axel started outgrowing it, so we just tore it apart, put a longer bar on it. I let him pick out the pattern.
Yeah.
I was pretty proud. It had like a West Side feel to it.
And he can still do the leg extension. Yeah, this is Chuck Vogelpohl's beanie. That's pretty cool. It's like the heavy duty Fisher Price upgrade.
Yeah, it works really well.
Yeah. Is that a block for block pressing?
Yes, yeah.
Did you do block pressing in a competition one time, or what was your? Because I don't see a lot of people that have a dedicated block for block
No,
pressing.
that one actually, I had a training partner that would come here and train when I was here in Sioux Falls. He had that made. I think it's only, you can only load it up to like less than 200, so it's not super ideal. And then he just left it, so it's kind of just been here.
So what do you, there's a hole on it somewhere that you
Yeah,
can load?
it's got a plug on one side.
Okay.
There's like a special spanner wrench that you can just loosen it up.
And what do you put?
It's sand or you fill whatever.
Yeah, okay. That would be something that probably doesn't stay in the training routine.
No, I haven't touched that in a while. She kind of just
It
sits
looks
there.
cool though. That's the type of thing I'd like to have at Massenomics gym. Nobody will ever use it, but
Just sitting there.
Someday someone will have a competition with the block press and they'll be like, "Yep, we've got it." You've got a Rogue adjustable box. Is that kind of what this is called? I think.
Yeah, our platform,
Yeah,
adjustable
platform. And then you've got. Did you make loadable dumbbells?
Yeah.
Then is that kind of what that is?
Yep. So again, working at a steel mill. That's 2-inch solid bar, and I just bought like a 10-foot section of it, and I made some dumbbells. I made an axle.
Yeah.
So I basically just got collars and welded them on.
So these probably aren't going to bend.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
No. I mean, each handle is 15
I was going to
pounds
say this
each.
is much heavier than what you might think it is just by looking.
That
at
little dumbbell is 35 pounds.
it. Yeah. Okay. And then you've got the Rogue rack. Your rack in the gym. Okay, this is a foldable rack.
Yep, that
How many
never
times
gets folded.
Have you ever folded it in?
Nope, not since I've had it.
But at the time you bought it, was the thought that you might fold it in?
The thought that was
Or
that
it's
I
just
might
that it doesn't take
fold
up
it
much
in,
room?
and because it was a thinner profile, I wanted to take as little of room as possible.
Yeah, we just toured the Phillips gym, and they had a PRX folding one. We talked about the same thing. They never folded in. But the real advantage, I think, of these is just how little room they take up.
I agree.
In a
And they
garage
cover
gym.
everything you need.
Right.
You know, as long as you got the spotter arms and stuff.
So you've got the Rogue spotter arms you can throw out here. You said you got a platform you can set on this if you want to. And yeah, sweet. And then you got an assortment of bands and everything hanging from the rack. What do you do with the big spudding or the big yellow band? Do you just hang upside down?
The Godzilla band.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was that? The Ray Williams band or whatever they called it.
Do you do that sometimes?
Yeah, I do it. I use it for decompression. But honestly, I do dead hangs, and that helps my back. You know, almost as much as that, and it's not as awkward of like flipping upside down.
And this is working on the grip, I suppose.
The cannonball grips from Rogue.
Yeah. Okay. Back in the corner, and just generally speaking, you got a lot of shelf storage here that you're able to utilize. And here you have most of your attachments. Mm-hmm. You've got all these, I don't know, it's this brand, but they remind me of Mag Grips. Yeah. So you got a big assortment of those. Where'd you get did you buy these?
My wife. It was a Christmas present.
Okay.
Those things are awesome, though.
Well, and then you've got a ton of stuff right here, too. Where'd this come from?
I was trying to think of that because I was thinking it was going to get asked.
Yeah.
It was like some strength website back in the day, and I was looking at grip trainers, and I was like, well, that's perfect.
I think you need a few more of these to be able to put on here to
drop it down.
Oh, like you move the spring
it's
down here.
adjustable, man.
Okay,
You can,
okay.
Yeah, you
So
can.
the farther. Yeah, okay. You put both of them
Come
right
on,
here.
Tanner.
Yeah, okay. You had it set up on easy mode for me.
Well, I got a high rep.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. How come you have so many hitch pins? What do you use?
Honestly, that came with a lot of the attachments that I have.
Just accumulation
So it's
over
just
the
like,
time.
well, I guess that's where they go.
Yeah.
Plus, when you hard pin a foldable rack.
Yeah. And this is for tire flips.
Tire flips, and then I have
you have an eye bolt on the
each
top.
side.
Yeah, so what do you do with that?
So you throw a 45-pound plate on there, and you can do some drags, backward drags.
Okay.
And actually,
And you can just hook up on either side. Then.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the neighborhood kids, actually drag it around quite a bit too.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was for when we're getting ready for a tire flip event. Alan also competed this year at the Lift Hard Live Easy Classic in Strongman. Your first competition in
5 years.
5 years, came out of retirement.
Way to knock the dust off.
Did you end up with second place then?
I got second place. Barely.
Pretty competitive class too. So.
Yeah, good competitors. That was a fun time though.
Yeah, that was. So are you going to be back for next year then?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
Are you gonna make an appearance?
Hey,
come on, I'm calling you out.
Maybe I'll have to. Yeah, we need a good old rematch coming back now this time.
I'm gonna make sure my grip's on point again though.
Yes. So Alan actually ended up in he had a tiebreaker event with Big Toby, and they had to do the horse stall mat grip face to face against each other, and you 2, 3, up. It actually at this point, do you know what is it? Bleacher Report? Bleacher Report just reposted that this week. Really? You know, and like it's like one of our most viral videos of all time.
Alan.
Yeah, Bleacher Report just reposted that a couple days ago.
Me staring at Toby's baby blues, you know.
Yes. Your chalk bowl, you made the chalk
That's
bowl?
Homemade, yeah. A lot of those grip attachments.
Sledgehammers and stuff too.
Yeah, these grip attachments are all homemade.
Shoulder rock.
Yep.
Okay, what's all the markings on the sledgehammer then for? Is that like just so is that inches from the base then?
Yeah.
So you know if you're...
I'm big at tracking everything.
Yeah, so if you're 12 inches and then,
Yep.
you can see that. And then what do? Do you touch it to your nose or something? Is that...
Honestly, when I used to...
Something like that?
That's the goal. Grab it on the bottom.
Here, let's see if I can do 20.
Oh, yeah, butter.
Yeah, but that's what you kind of do with it, right?
Yeah, when I would do it, like when I put it in my routine, I actually would set up like the spotter, and I would just kind of alternate, and I would actually do twists with them too.
And then you could even do like a mechanical drop set too, where you could be like, oh, I'm on 20, do twists, and then I'm like, okay, I'm burnt out, but I can go down to 12 now and burn it out. Yeah. All right, that's cool.
And then just 2 different weights on the sledgehammers.
Yeah. Sweet, that's a good idea. It's kind of fun. I might need one of those in Massenomics, Jim. These blocks, is that for, is that for like doing elevated deadlifts?
That was for, raised deadlifts.
So you've got 3 sets or something it looks like, or?
4 sets.
Okay, so you can.
Just using one up here. But yeah, they're all, kind of like a puzzle piece. I didn't want them shifting around too much. It also stops the weights from rolling back and forth.
Okay, you've got 2 benches.
Yep.
We have this one. This is a good bench.
Yeah, I like the Thompson Fat Pad.
Yeah, and you have...
It really made a difference.
You do have the newer version of this, though, because we have this version and we also have the original version. This newer version is much better. The original one they made, that foot was the same on both sides. Oh. It was just that foot on both sides. So it made it impossible to move. And then also, like, if you'd be doing dumbbell bench, your feet, since you didn't have this narrow piece here, you had feet sticking out, so your feet would hit that all the time. So they changed it to this, so you got the right one there.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
I wish the pad was a little bit wider though, because every once in a while I can, like especially sitting down, you can feel a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah. What's the adjustable bench? What kind is that?
Another Rogue. This is my original bench, just trying to be versatile with the first equipment I got.
Yeah. So you later added on the solid bench then.
Yeah, that was I don't know, probably once we moved up here to Sioux Falls.
You've got a kid's, is this solid enough? Could you hang from one of these? Or?
So I have hung from it because I had to test it out. But I primarily let the kids do it. I have not swung from it.
Like if you hung from it, would this has a lot of, would you?
It flexes down. I mean, you can pull it down, but you can definitely tension it up with the ratchet. So it's just a slack line that we had bought. The kids obviously love being around the gym and then climbing around. And so I tied it into 3 studs, built the pipe section and then ran it across and they love it. I mean, the neighbor kids come over and they go across it all the time.
And it's in 3 studs on both sides. So
Yep.
I'm actually just taking mental notes on this. I'm like, this is a pretty good, and it works out perfect in your gym side because then it's over stall mats.
Yeah, that's kind of my thought. And then that's why I had the pipe there so I could kind of find the perfect spot for it.
Yeah, speaking of stall mats, you have no shortage of stall mats in here.
I have quite a few.
When you started the gym, did you have this much covered in stall mat, or is it something that grew over time?
No, Tractor Supply saw me often, and I made a lot of visits.
Yeah, you kept them in business.
Yes.
Okay, the hot dog.
Oh,
hot dog.
Gotta have the hot dog.
Yeah, that's we go to a lot of garage gyms, I've got the hot dog. A lot of people have the hot dog.
It's needed.
Natural gas, forced air heater. You can, I assume it stays more than warm enough in here when you want that.
Yeah.
And it warms up quick. Like this is big enough in this side garage. It could be cold out here and you put that on and it does not take
I would
long.
highly recommend a gas heater over electric heater.
Yeah. We were just talking about that too. It's so is yours thermostatic controlled somewhere?
Yep, I got the thermostat over on by the door.
It's sweet.
There.
It's the hot dog is kind of the gold standard of garage heaters.
It's what you need.
Okay. I've been wanting to talk about this in your garage gym. Where I said we're in one stall. You have to have the biggest, best setup that almost anyone has in a garage gym for Atlas stones. You have the 5-platform Atlas Stone series set up here, and I guessing you made this, or what's
I did make this, yes. Yeah, this was another one of my, I don't know, I didn't know exactly what I was doing when I got into Strongman, but I was like, well, I knew they did stones to platforms, so I was like, I'll build one.
Yeah.
And each section is individual, but they bolt together.
Yep.
And then when we moved up here, so I actually built this down in Nebraska. When we moved up here, I took everything apart, hauled them all up here. And then my dad and I secured it to the wall, and this is kind of where it's lived ever since.
Yeah, and what you did on the front of these, this is clutch because you feel like, look at the one in Massenomics gym. The wood here is torn to shreds, and you have this basically, we'll call it
this
a mini,
is actually
mini stall
a treadmill.
Okay.
It was a used treadmill.
Yeah. Finally
band.
a use for a treadmill.
Right.
What's the biggest stone? That's not a small Atlas stone.
That's 370.
Okay, I was going to say it's probably almost 400 pounds.
Yeah,
right?
370, and ironically, that's the first one I made.
I remember that now. So that was so is the first Atlas stone you ever picked up a 370-pound Atlas stone then, or like?
So that was the first one that I attempted. I never loaded it.
Okay.
I got it lapped, and it got frustrated enough. I was like, I got to do something.
Yeah.
I poured another one with styrofoam.
So you made these your stones?
Yeah.
Okay. What mold did you have then?
So I do have
Slater. Yeah.
Yeah, the Slater. I can't remember the diameters exactly.
Yeah. So that big half makes this one.
Yep. And then the smaller half I made for my wife because she used to compete as well.
Right.
And then I made those smaller stones for her.
So like the 370, do you have anything in there to weight that extra, or is that just what that one weighs?
No, that was just the concrete and how well I packed it.
So what about the 325 then? How did you get that lighter?
So I put styrofoam in it.
Okay.
Yep. And then as I went lighter, the more styrofoam I put, I just would slap rebar through it.
Okay. And then you've got his and her circus dumbbells.
Yeah, homemade circus dumbbells.
Yep.
Those are hardcore as well.
How heavy is the green one empty?
100 pounds.
Okay.
And a 3-inch handle.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes the 100 pounds a little bit more interesting.
That's an enormous handle.
It was, I don't know. You were doing Strongman back in 2015, 16.
It was way different.
There
this
was
is a
no
great point.
information.
Yeah.
And so I'm trying, as I'm making this equipment, I'm trying to find as much information as I can.
Right.
And they're like, up to 3-inch handle. And I'm like, well, I want worst case scenario. I'm going to make one with 3-inch handle.
Right.
I've never had a competition with a 3-inch handle.
Not only was there less information, there was also not readily available equipment. You didn't just go be like, which brand circus dumbbell am I going to buy from?
Exactly.
It'd be like, I don't know who can make this for me.
Who has it available?
Right.
Honestly, that's why a lot of this stuff is rogue, is because
it was
that's
it
who
was
was
the only
available.
choice anyways. Yeah. Right. And where someone's starting their gym in 2025,
you have
it's a way different.
Few more options.
Yeah, that is a really good point. Okay. What about the log? Is that? Maybe that's a really nice looking log.
That one I didn't make personally, but I did have a machine shop make this. It's 140 pounds dry. And again, I kind of just gave them dimensions, and they're like, well, we'll slap it together.
And then you've got a 10-inch log back there.
Yeah, we got a 10-inch Titan log for my wife. That's 70 pounds dry.
Got the same. I've got these. I don't see these very often. I have these same Atlas Stone sleeves.
I love those sleeves.
Yeah. That's a little victory Atlas sleeves. Yeah.
They're bulletproof.
Yeah, that's good. And all your spray tacky and everything there too. Okay. Well, we talked about it before. Your one treadmill is on the Atlas Stone platform. Your other one's right here, the True Form Runner. This is a pretty heavy-duty, legit treadmill that you've got in the home gym.
Yeah, honestly, I've gone through a lot of cardio. As anyone can tell, I'm not a cardio fan, but I try to do what I can to stay in shape. And the True Form I like.
Yeah.
You know, not having to mess with winding up a motor and, you know, getting the speed. I do a lot of HIIT training, so sprint and walk. So it's just perfect.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was paying attention to this earlier, not to make Tommy keep turning around, but this is really cool.
Arts and crafts.
Yeah, at Massenomics Gym, I have pieces of paper printed out that show the weights of everything. And we were standing here talking earlier, I'm like, what the hell is that on the wall? And I'm like, oh, it's his cheat sheet of how much all the bars weigh, just like what we got, except it's like a permanent solution. That's really cool.
I was just gonna get like a chalkboard or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, the weights don't change.
Right,
Like, I'm
right.
just gonna make it permanent.
But now you can't sell any of these bars.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I add, I'm kind of out of real estate here.
Yeah, you're going to have to cut down another tree. This is a pro tip right here. Hand trucks, hand carts for moving heavy strongman equipment back and forth. If you're going to mess around with your 300-pound sandbag, you know what you'd... Like, if you're going to load and lift a 300-pound sandbag, you just want to do it for the very specific exercise you're doing. You don't want to carry it back and forth from where it actually has to go, which is kind of the ironic part.
I was just going to say, it sounds kind of counterproductive.
Yeah.
But
it's like when you drive to the gym and have to park in the closest spot. It's kind of the same sort of thing, like with the sandbag. But that's like universally true. Everyone knows, like, oh, I only want to do that for the
limited amount of time I need to do it.
Right. And then you've got your trophy wall up here. See, we did this competition. This is out in, was this out in Rapid City, wasn't it?
Yeah, yep.
What was that called? The Mount Rushmore?
Or that one was in Rapid City.
Yeah, Rapid City. Rushmore State Strength Classic. Men's heavyweight, 3rd place. I'd like to find that guy that beat us. Gosh. Yeah. See if he's even lifts anymore. Okay, behind us you have Rogue box, and on top of it you have your dumbbells. So that's one thing. We haven't come across any dumbbells yet. You've got the Bowflex adjustable dumbbells. We've seen these in a lot of home gyms. Do these go up to 55 pounds?
These go up to 90s.
Oh, these are
These are the 1090s.
Okay. So these are big ones.
Yep.
That makes sense.
And this was like, even before I had a home gym, this was like, you know, my first deployment. I was like, oh, I'm going to get back and keep working out.
Right.
So I ordered the 1090s, and I've had them ever since. They're good dumbbells.
Yeah, that's cool. And that's, at the time too, I would imagine for adjustable dumbbells, it was probably like these, or maybe power blocks existed.
Yeah, there was like no...
Yeah, and it's a big thing now. You know, we just shot a video on Tommy's repping dumbbells, but those certainly didn't exist that long ago. The Mike Bartos MB Power Center, is it the PR deadlift platform?
PR platform.
PR platform.
Yeah.
Do you use this for your deadlift training? Do you move this? Like, where do you deadlift?
This is where I deadlift.
Yeah, right.
I mean, we've gone through a couple iterations of how this has been laid out. But
yeah.
We currently deadlift, both my wife and I, in this. I primarily got it just for bands, and then also Romanian deadlifts, throwing that bar in there.
Yeah, what's that do?
This pins up in the back. And so you can put, your calves up on that. So when you're doing Romanian deadlifts, you can put the pins in, so you can do raised deadlifts off it.
Right.
So this one again was his original. I know he's got 2 or 3 different versions that are more narrow, but this was even wider. This is a foot wider than it is now.
Yeah, you cut it down.
Yeah.
Okay, what are these 100-pound plates? What do these say on the back? They have something painted on the back of them.
Caution 100 pounds.
Like, what's the theory there? So it's like, caution, this is really heavy. Just so you know. I mean, it says 100 pounds presumably on the other side of the plate, but
that was like a Facebook Vine too.
What brand are they? What does it say on the other side? Does it just say standard?
Standard. It's
okay, yeah. They're really cool. You know what makes those cool though, honestly, is what makes those cool to me is the caution, the old caution 100 pounds that's painted on the back side of it. That makes it way cooler. I'm really curious who was doing what with those, that they were like, thought they needed to paint that. And it was
like someone's gonna grab it and just be like, "Oh, I didn't realize it's
painted
heavy."
on the back of it too. So these are all these are standard plates on this plate tree also.
Yeah, these ones are kind of interesting. Again, it was a Facebook find, and I got them, but they were very loose on collars. And so I ended up finding a pipe with the ID that was exactly what I needed, and I had a machinist machine them out and press fit these pipes in. So the fit on these dumbbells is like almost, on the plates are almost exact.
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Because otherwise they had a ton of slop.
Yeah. So okay. I follow you. That's cool. That's actually, I mean, there again, not everyone necessarily has that.
First time we've seen that one.
Yeah, and not everyone has that ability to get that done, but that would be a hack if you got that style plate to actually make improved plates. What are these spacers for?
So those actually came with the Titan weight trees, just as like standoffs.
Okay.
But they work really good if you want a spacer for any bars.
Oh, here's the easy curl bar that was
hiding in there. See, that's got some of the spacers in there.
Okay, yeah. There it is. What brand is it? It's whatever.
Yeah, it's a no-name brand that I found on
came
Amazon.
with the
but it's at least an Olympic easy curl.
Better than the 1-inch one. Yeah. And then the big Rogue 9-bar holder. Let's see what we got. We've got this same bar. EliteFTS.
The Swiss bar.
Swiss bar. Use discount code MASS10 to save 10% off at EliteFTS. Also, just look at our affiliate links. We've got a page on our site or down in the description. We've got affiliate codes for a bunch of the different brands that we've talked about here today. So check it out. Support us. Okay, rest of the barbells. This bar has a large diameter and no center knurling. This is an odd bar.
Can you name it?
It's like feels like is it a bench? Is this a bench bar or something?
So that was our first bar, and that's
idea what this is.
Rogue beater bar.
Okay.
I don't even know if it has an end cap.
This is like 32 millimeters or something. This is
super thick. The knurling's pretty soft on it. It was even before they started coming out with like the Rogue Ohio bars. It was just called the Rogue beater bar.
Okay. Yeah, and it doesn't have like
it's just a cheap bar.
Right. That's interesting. Okay, deadlift bar next.
Yeah. Next one's a Rogue deadlift bar.
Yeah, Rogue deadlift bar.
That has no finish on it.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say it's just kind of patinaed, right?
Not too bad. I've tried to take care of it, but
it's in good shape for
being in a garage, and it gets a lot of humidity out here.
Yeah, your farmer's carry handle.
Yeah, those are my horizontal loaded. I do have some vertical loaded homemade ones back there.
Okay. Which ones do you use?
I like the vertical loaded ones.
Yeah, it's so much easier.
Yeah.
You've got 2 axles.
Yeah, so the hollow axle is Titan. I believe that is like 25 pounds.
Yeah.
And then this one is a solid axle, just like those 2-inch dumbbells. I made this axle. It's a 75-pound axle.
I was going to say, so how much is this one? Yeah, it's heavy.
Pounds.
Yeah. EliteFTS SS yoke bar, the classic, the gold standard. Yep, doesn't get any better than that. What's this? A Rogue Ohio bar?
Yep.
A Rogue Ohio bar. So I don't know if you're going to do cleans or something that's not a squat or not your deadlift probably, I guess, or not what you'd use your power bar for. But all right, so that's the bars. Last thing I want to talk about.
Actually, Tanner, you forgot about one thing up there.
Oh. Shoot.
Had to get that hung.
Buried the lead again. This is a Massenomics certified training facility. If anyone is interested in finding more about what it means to become a Massenomics certified training facility, go to massenomics.com/certified. Just go to our website. You'll find it. You get the flag. There's a certificate that goes along with it. And you get your gym on the map. You can send us some pictures. We might have to take some pictures of Alan's gym. Actually, this tour will be on there. You'll see Alan's tour on his gym, but you get on the map. It's like a cool thing. There's over 350 gyms on there. Then if you're traveling around, you can see who else might have a certified training facility where you're going. Yeah, thankfully we didn't miss the certified training facility. Your collars, what's your go-to? You've got these Rogue ones that, in my opinion, we've got ones like this that aren't Rogue, but they last forever. These plastic collars like this are pretty solid. People don't talk about them that much, but
I feel like they're a fairly good, just general collar. Yep. I do like these aluminum ones.
Yeah.
I mean, anything that you're going to drop from overhead or something, even deadlifts, if you're kind of banging them around, I think these hold better.
Yeah. Do any of these work on your axle?
Specialty.
Okay,
these
do.
These are specialties.
Yeah. And then what about the Husful Stone? Or Husful loadable?
Yeah, kind of my pride and joy that doesn't get used very often. But again, back in the day, building Strongman equipment, I was like, I need a Husfeld. So I found the dimensions and I welded this whole thing up. All the seams are solid welded, and then I ground it all down. It's got a cover that comes off the top here, 4 bolts. And you basically can just load whatever you need into it.
You could throw some 10-pound plates in there.
I was able to, I had a 3-inch diameter bar left over from making that circus dumbbell. And I was able to fill this half full with sand, drive that bar in there, and then top it off. And I got it right at like 400 pounds.
We did. We at that Rapid City one, we had to do like a 400-pound.
That's why I was trying to get as close, and I could not get this thing to 400. And finally,
also, I can tell you from experience, a 400-pound Husful Stone event sucks.
It's not fun. I would highly recommend not doing that.
One of my least favorite events I've ever done, if I'm actually remembering right. That was not a fun event. But so does this weigh over 200 empty then, though, or like 300?
Yeah, probably right around 200 empty, and then loadable.
Yeah, that's sweet. Okay, so I think we got to take a look at most of it. You've had a very well-established gym for a long time. You know, this isn't new. You've probably had a lot of this stuff for a long time. But do you have anything on your wish list that you don't have yet that you'd like to add to it?
I've been trying to save some room, or think of ways to save some room to get like a cable pull down or something. I do have attachments for my rack that I can do some cable work. But, anything like like rows or anything, it's pretty tough to do.
Yeah, that would be a good addition.
Yeah, actually what I'd like to do is upgrade and get the GHD and the reverse hyper. You know, Rogue has that combined one.
The donkey.
Yeah, the donkey,
yeah. The donkey. And then you have
and then save myself a little space and
yeah.
then throw another piece of equipment in here.
Yeah, what piece of equipment would you get though? Like a lat pull down or something like that?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah. What about any strongman stuff? I'm trying to think if there's any. Is there any common strongman equipment that you don't have? You're pretty well set.
I was going to say, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think there's many events you'd come across.
I got kegs over there as well.
Oh, okay, so. yeah. So we missed the kegs. Do you have a couple of the 16-gallon kegs?
Yeah, two kegs.
Okay. Yeah, I think you pretty well got it covered. Sweet gym. I've seen videos of you training in here before, but we've never actually got to come look at it. It's always cooler seeing it in person. We love it. This is going to be a fun video for a lot of people to check out. Thanks for giving us the tour.
For sure.
Everyone, leave us a comment. What do you think Alan's missing? What one piece of strongman equipment does Alan not have here that he needs to get?
I'm interested to know.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys think.
And if there's any strongman equipment that I should upgrade, because that's kind of my thing.
They're going to say, well, I think he needs a couple more places for Atlas stones.
South Dakota Shield.
I don't have that.
Yeah, you never know when you might run into one of those again, so you might want to be prepared. Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure to check out our other gym tours. We got like 15 more that we're filming just this month. Give the podcast a listen to new episodes every single week. And the best thing you can do is become a supporting member. It's the #1 way that we keep the lights on at Massenomics. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you for the next one.
Thanks, guys.